Hey everybody, this is Jeff back here with you again. Going through and showing some of the progress. Well, some more progress has happened on the refit Constitution, the 1/537 scale that I've been working on. And what you see is we've gone in, we've got the saucer bottom with some lighting in it. And as well, I've had a couple of changes going on this model kit, quite a few changes. If you remember when I first started doing this video, the lighting on the interior of the ship was the regular bright white. You know, I like these spotlights. But what I went back and did was that I went in and I changed all of it and I made it to warm whites. A lot of these warm white light bulbs. And the reason why I did that was because I wanted there to be a difference in between the window lighting and the spot lighting that I went back and added onto the ship. I wanted there to be a difference, so I went back and changed that. And originally when I did it, I had one of those lights, one of those warm white light bulbs, penetrating through the front, and it was for the navigation deflector dish, because I wanted this deflector dish to have a different color to it than the warp nacelles. The warp nacelles have that cool cobalty colored blue, and I really like that. But what the warm white did was, if you can see here, well, I don't know if you really can see it or not, what it does is it makes it, let me move it over here so it's away from that green nav light. It makes it just a little bit brighter, but it makes it greenish. Makes it green, because those warm whites kind of come off as yellow. So it made it green, instead of a blue, as you would get from a regular white bulb. So, but however, I went back and changed that again. And what I've added in here is not even a blue bulb. That is a UV light right there. It's 5mm flat top UV bulb. And I put that one on there so that deflector, now in person, it's bluish purple. Here on screen, it's looking just more blue, but in person, it is a deep purple color. I didn't get it 100% centered. I'm not, I'm not too banged up about that, but it looks so cool when you look at the difference between the in person. When you look the difference between that navy deflector color and the warp nacelle color. I want there to be a difference between those two colors. I didn't want them to be exactly the same. And what I've got going on here, you can go around here. We got the window lighting around the saucer. I really like that now. Lets me know the ship is coming along. And these nav lights, man, they are super bright. But what I'm going to do is going to paint over it with black. And then I'm going to go right in the middle and just pop out where there's just a little bit of pinprick of a light that's coming down through there. So it's a small kit. That's a 3mm bulb. I'm not going to leave that just open and that bright. So it's just not going to happen. We've got the spotlighting going on the bottom of the ship. Nice good wedges going on pretty much all the way around, especially the big one right here in the front. Giving you that lighting, and then those on the side, they really don't hit too much right here where these windows are, but it comes back to you. You have it right up here as well. And then when I get ready to finish that up and go through and put it over and really get the spotlight that in more to a more directional basis. So but man, you pull back and the ship is really starting to take shape. It's really starting to look good. Really liking it. The deflector dish, like I said, is really cool. I think it's going to be so awesome in white, and I can't wait to get this ship, put together, which shouldn't be just too much longer. Go ahead and crank the light on here. It shouldn't be just too much longer getting it taken care of before we're at a point to where we're starting to get where I can go ahead and just put that base coat of white on this ship. All the spotlights looking very good. It's giving me even more confidence when going forth and working on the 350th Enterprise, and I can't wait to do that. Right here we've got the saucer top been primed, and the only thing I have to do now is go back through and cut out these windows right here. Now, believe I'm doing this, I'm not exactly sure, I'm still trying to debate if this is going to be 1701 refit or, freshly built Enterprise A. But if it is the A, of course, there is no rec deck back here on the Enterprise A. There is one on the B in the B located in the BC deck, but right here at these windows, they changed that over. It's no longer seating area back there. It was the officer's mess. So, if I do that, then I may go through and kind of jerry-rig a little bit of officer's mess, kind of like I did with the Garden Arboretums up through there. With just a little bit, to give you just a little bit of something, because like I said, this is a small ship, and I'm not fixing to sit up here and work with hyper magnification and tweezers, getting a couple of things going on. So, but let me see, that's the new Impulse deck, which came from Dawn's Light and Magic, and you can definitely tell that because the shape of the Impulse engines is a whole lot better. Now, what I think I'm going to have to do on these Impulse engines is drill little holes up in there and stick 3mm bulbs in there, very, very much reduced in power with resistors so that they're not overly bright, because I don't want, this center area right here glowing, this big bright red coming from Impulse engines. I want it to be nice and subtle. You see it, but not there. But the reason why I'm going to have to do that and not just have bulbs behind it is because when I tried putting just a bulb behind it to see what it looked like when it was lit up, it kind of comes off. Let me see if I can put it up against one of these. There we go. You see that line right there, that horizontal line is going across. It's a block off, which is actually part of the piece, part of that clear part right there. But you have that line coming right there, and the entire area up in there is supposed to be, lit up. So I'm going to have to drill the holes in there and put the bulbs in there and run it that way. But right now, that is the progress of the refit Enterprise or Enterprise A, like I said, depending on which one I decide to do. And from there, we go forth and get it done. Hopefully by the next one, I have everything together. I have this puppy in the base coat white, so I can really get a good feel for what it's going to look like and go forth from there. But we've got a lot of scene filling, a lot of things. We've had a lot of issues with this ship as far as trying to squeeze in a whole bunch of stuff that is kind of difficult to do on with this model kit, with what I work with at the current time. But it's coming along, though. It really is a nice little model kit. It's a nice little practice, and it's always been my favorite Enterprise design. It's the one I grew up with. First thing I ever saw was Star Trek the Motion Picture. I hadn't even seen the original series. So this right here is, why I work on this ship so much, and it's always been the most majestic looking of all of the Enterprises. And so much work and detail went into this ship. I believe I read somewhere that as far as science fiction goes, the actual studio, the 8-foot studio model, was the most highly detailed science fiction model prop ever used. And seeing as how, all the work that people are putting in for the paint job and all the little things that go on, all the little detail work and everything, I can see why. So... But with that being said, that's a fantastic shot right there. I love that angle. From that, though, I go forth, get the lights again, and continue building on this model and a couple of others that I'm working on currently. So all you guys out there building models, keep on building them. Always something fun to do, and I'll be talking with you later. Happy modeling, everybody.